Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Toonkind FPS. My name is Mega Marine /Jade, and tonight I shall be playing Phineas Hawthorne, the very funny wizard. And with me, I have the incredible, the amazing, the lovely, the wonderful, the spectacular, the radiant, the shining, the uh,
You
hundreds
can
of
keep
different
going.
hundreds
You
of
can
different
keep going.
adjectives
Yeah, yeah,
that could be
yeah.
used to describe my friend here.
Keep going, cause Uno reverse card, motherfucker. Uh, hello,
Aha.
everyone. I am noodle or pasta or udon or whichever variation thereof y'all are feeling like today. And I am bringing along a bird boy who is he sure is right now based on where we're setting this FPS. He is. Mm-hmm.
This happens right after the Illuvian troubles, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Yep.
The first one.
Yes.
The
First
first game.
Illuvian Troubles game. Hmm. It's great. Bird Boy just he sure did have a bit of a shutdown at the end of that game,
Mhm.
and his colors are still a few shades grayer than they normally are.
Yeah, yeah. Um. So after the end of that game, I'm gonna guess that like the party kind of continued awkwardly.
Yeah, it was the gala was a bit dispersed, but things were rescheduled. It was handled. They were prepared for that sort of thing to occur. Um, and it was calmed down. Uh, Turquoise Swift was taken away by the guard of Las Alluvia. The party who was there got their free treats from the Baker's Heart. Mhm. And some people have dispersed and others have still stuck around the city.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Phineas still in Ace's suit. Uh, he's now just pulled like the first button to like let air in and taking off. Like has the bow tie hanging from the place.
Mhm.
Um, his hair, which had been like dyed a little bit, is now like half like frazzled, and he looks a little bit more, way more disheveled. Because mostly
Yeah.
because he's drank a little bit after those games, but yeah.
Yeah. Fair. It was certainly a time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I will say Jubilee for his part has swapped his outfit back because the wonders of glamored armor
Mm-hmm.
um, is definitely in his more usual outfit, but let's see if he can grab a thing. Hmm. Yeah, he also has hey Phineas, while you're doing this, do you wanna roll me a history check?
History. I don't have my
Yeah.
dice on me, so hold on a moment. I'm gonna just roll on here.
Yeah.
I think history is actually something he's good at.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, he's got a coat on that he's pulled on, which is weird in the desert. But you have seen this coat before, and looks a lot like a certain private investigator's, but it's been tailored and changed to accommodate wings.
Oh.
Yeah. He pulled that out of his hammer space, and is probably also several glasses of wine deep. into a bottle and is hanging out in Ace's penthouse because Jubilee does not go home after the events of what happened at that gala. He stays in Las Olivia for several days, and needing a place to stay and not wanting to impose upon his elder sisters, Ace allows him to crash at the casino penthouse.
Of course. Phineas honestly was planning to find an inn and then drink as much as he could get away with from Ace's reservoir before having to pay. But noticing noticing a certain bird possibly being down and wearing Holmes' coat, Phineas will grab a bottle of something expensive from Ace's shelves. Might as well make use of it while we got it. And another glass of wine, and go and sit down next to the bird. Where is he sitting?
Honestly, he's probably like dragged a chair over by the windows, and is looking out over the lights of Las Olivia. And it's very sparkly, just looking out. It's multiple colors and tons of different signs and neon and glitter, and from up high in the penthouse where they are, it looks kind of small down there. Very far away.
Mind if I take a seat?
I'm not going to stop you.
Good, because I was going to sit down anyways.
I assumed as much. And Jubi does pull himself up to sit a little straighter instead of the very exhausted slouch he had been in before.
Phineas will open the bottle and pour himself a drink and pour Jubi also a drink.
Yep. The wine is taken, and as opposed to previous, he does not down it very fast. He's taking his time.
Good. Smart.
The early glasses were chugged.
Phineas takes a couple of minutes. He also just takes a chance to look over the city. I fucking hate rich people.
Yeah, there's certainly something to deal with. Really, best thing to have them around for is to line your own pockets with their gold. So,
You gotta be careful with that, though.
yeah, that's why I'm good at what I do.
Yes. Even still.
All right, all right. I'll heed the warning.
Thank you. So, Phineas does not know how to fucking do this. He doesn't comfort people often.
Yeah.
He knows that asking, so how you doing, isn't exactly the best way to go about it.
There's Juby does like tilt his head and look over and is like, okay, go on, ask your questions. You look like you have some that's written all over your face.
Well, how did you know Sips?
Oh, we're getting right into that. Okay. And the rest of the wine is very gone. Ironically, swiftly. Yeah, that is downed, and he sets the glass down beside him kind of drags a hand down his face. I have encountered them a few times before, and none of it has been good. At all. Yep. Let's see. Most recent history, they were there when I was killed.
You see, Phineas does. Did he know about this? I can't remember if he knew about this.
I think yes, he does know that Jubi died and has been resurrected.
Okay.
Mm.
So there's not a spit take here,
Yeah.
but there is a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
How much detail do you want?
I mean, whatever you did was definitely enough to at least land you in the murder sect.
Fuck yeah. Well, it was unfortunate, really. More just wrong place, wrong time. They. Swift is one of a group that I encountered. They're assholes throw their weight around, thinking they're cleverer, they're stronger, they're better than other people. And they work for someone who is much stronger than I had realized. And when I tried to grow a spine for the first time and, stand up to people who had fucked me over in the past, uh, they didn't exactly take kindly to being told no.
Yeah,
So,
most of those kinds of people don't take kindly to that.
no, they don't. And I suspect, you know, seeing someone who you, you saw killed in front of your eyes, just be up and walking about as if that didn't happen is, well, let's say there's a reason I haven't exactly gone out for revenge or anything of that sort.
That's why you first up then. Bad memories
Hang
came
on,
up.
I need 1 second. Someone's knocking on my door. I'm sorry.
Take your time. How's it going, gallery?
Hi, sorry.
No, take your time.
Okay, I'm good. Repeat.
Um, Finny just said, so that's why you're first up then. Bad memories coming up.
uh, yeah, yeah. It's not, exactly fun being confronted with that. Also, not seeing, you know. I don't really want to risk seeing if, third time's the charm for having me stay in the ground. Yeah.
Phineas looks at the rest of his wine and takes a long swig and just downs it.
Uh-huh.
Believe me, I know that feeling.
but it's fine. They're gone. They're gone. They've been dealt with. And they didn't get anyone. They didn't get anyone. No one got hurt.
We got really lucky there.
He looks like he's gonna say something, but then pauses, thinks better of it, and nods, though he doesn't look happy. Yeah.
I know it's not the best thing to say, but Phineas is truthful, if anything.
Like, no, you're right. Fuck. If I had known it was... Shit, if I had known it was them... Why the fuck were they alone?
You say, why the fuck were they alone?
Yeah.
I don't think they were. That goat fella?
Oh boy.
Jay, I
Yup.
believe his name was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Phineas, you see Jubilee's feathers ruffle, and his already somewhat grayed color scheme go a little bit more monochrome.
Oh no. I didn't mean to
He's
make it
like,
worse.
yeah, he's like, yeah, that one. Yup. Oh, I'd almost forgotten they were there. Hmm.
Phineas is gonna pour us another glass of wine.
Yeah, and if he wants to roll insight, he can. I figure
Sure.
this is probably a time.
He has no modifiers. That's a 14.
14. That's really
Respectable.
good. That's very good. Yeah. You can tell, for one, um, that it's not Swift he's unsettled by, but mentioning Jay, mentioning the guy, um, there is fear that crosses Jubilee's expression when mentioned. There is genuine fear there, and he does shrink into himself almost as well, while not looking great.
Phineas trying to rack his head as to how to help.
That's fair.
Maybe a conversation change. Topic
Mhm.
change. He's trying to think. Give him a second.
That's fair. I think Jubilee is focused at the moment on trying to steady himself again. Uh that sure was a thing. Um hmm. He does have something he'll ask that is also a topic shift away if he notices the silence is going on a little bit.
Sure.
Are you gonna give back that suit?
Oh, gods no.
No. I'm just keeping it.
If I didn't get a chance, if I didn't take this chance to steal from a rich fellow, why the fuck? Why wouldn't I?
There's a beat in there. Juby just like pauses. You see like dots appear over his head for a second. He's like, "Oh yeah, Ace is rich, isn't he?" Hmm.
You forget.
Yes, a bit. It's just look, knowing his backstory, it's weird to like see him as rich. even if he is.
Phineas is going to look around the room real quickly. Uh, I don't think it would be that hard to notice.
It's like your feathers just go flat in most unimpressed way. It's like, oh, fuck off.
Oh. But yes, I'm keeping the suit. It's surprisingly well tailored to me.
Yeah, the wonders of plot making things happen and convenience.
I think it's just me and Ace. Just have similar body structures. Also, it's a Toonish suit. So.
Phineas, you do get a once over from Jubilee, and he kind of clicks his tongue like, sure.
I won't deny. This was definitely a plot of some kind. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm stuck in it again.
Ha.
Are you happy now? Is this what you wanted?
Yes, actually, yes, I'm very happy that you finally acknowledge it.
Good.
There,
Happiness looks better on your face.
touche. All right, fair.
Phineas takes another quick once look around the room, and
Mm-hmm.
you want to see a new trick I've been developing.
What kind of trick? Is this the sort that's gonna get me, yelled at by an angry duck for allowing it to happen in his penthouse?
As long as you don't tell what happens.
Fair. Go on, show me.
All right. He's gonna walk around. He's looking for a small metal box.
Hmm. Roll a quick perception investigation something.
I will roll investigation because it has a better modifier.
Yeah.
That's a 22.
Yes. You are able to find probably a few different boxes. Some are heavier than others, probably having things inside of them, but
He grabs the
others
most
are just
expensive one.
decorative.
Expensive looking one.
Yelp. Okay.
Ooh. Don't worry. It's not going to get used up in the spell.
No, I mean, go on.
And Phineas draws like a small circle underneath the using his wand underneath the lockbox and opens it and reaches in and pulls out like something that would be way bigger than what it actually can fit into it, and he's summoning a construct.
Oh my god. Julie's just sitting here like he obviously has no clue what you're doing, but is just like, fuck.
And you
Okay,
see
I
this
know
little.
that wasn't in the box.
Oh no, it was not. And you see this toonish little robot.
Mm-hmm.
Just like get pulled out of the box. It's way bigger than the box would hold.
Mm-hmm.
And he just gives him the glass of wine and the bottle, and just says, "Now we have a servant."
We have a robot butler. Okay. Okay, yup. Mm-hmm.
I won't steal the box, but I have been wanting to
No,
try that
you're
out.
fine. I'm trying to figure out how the fuck you did that.
Yeah, it's a simple spell.
Phineas, I know a prior conversation was, happened a few drinks in, but need I reiterate, I don't get magical fucking bullshit. I don't understand any of it. You call it simple, that looks like, okay, mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. How about this? Would you like me to teach you some magical theory?
If I was sober, maybe. Or far more drunk than I am right now.
Ugh. But no, I've just the last couple of hours have finally given me enough thought that I've been working on this one for a while, basically.
Well, congratulations, it's impressive.
Thank you. And he pours he has a little robot pour him another glass of wine.
Please. Watching this little robot like that's a little dude right there. Oh my. Wine maybe hitting him a little bit. Well, fuck, I'm gonna be busy after this, aren't I? Ugh.
That's up to you to decide. You could just, drop it.
I
Not
mean,
take
I
that lead.
could. See, I did that before. I did that whole thing of just drop it, just run away. And it didn't exactly go well. So I think I need to face it this time. Yeah.
At that
Historically, running away from my problems has made them worse.
at that sentence, Phineas does look into the glass and is looking at his like little reflection on it.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't argue with that.
You're getting up just a look. It's like, okay, circus man, keep your secrets. Go on.
Please, I'm old. I lived a long life.
How old are you again? Go on, just repeat. How old exactly
I'm
are
in my
you?
40s. I'm in my 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's not that old for a half elf.
Yeah, Phineas, need I remind you, I know someone who is about 1,000 or so years old.
An elf?
40 isn't exactly old. Nope, not
Dwarf?
an elf. Not a dwarf.
I know the Toons had that whole thing about the world resetting every couple of hundred years, so not a
Mhm.
Toon.
His grin just gets a little wider there.
You can't give him the name. It would destroy all continuity.
Mhm. He's not. It's. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Extraplanar being?
Mm, no, keep guessing. Keep guessing.
Alright, well, I'm out of guesses.
Oh, what a shame. I suppose you'll just have to figure it out yourself.
I'm not a fucking detective. I'll just fucking drop this.
Again, I'm not expecting you to be a detective. This is more wizard nerd bullshit, and having a puzzle put in front of you with an answer dangled ever so temptingly out of reach.
Is that how you think wizards work?
The ones I know, yes.
Well, you pick this wizard wrong.
Hmm. And you're just so prone to dropping things, aren't you?
That actually hurts Phineas a little bit. Oof.
No, there's a look, like, because you certainly did not drop what happened tonight.
I was just curious. Am I not allowed to worry for a friend?
Mm, fair. Didn't have to be your business.
Well, no, it isn't. And he just takes a swig of his wine.
Mm-hmm. So if you're knowing, because fuck, I can't let something just drop because I've done that too much. I there's others, there's at least two others. that work with Swift beyond the RAM. Which, I mean, chances are, if word gets out that I'm not dead, they'll come for me. So I have to be a little proactive.
Well,
And you would.
you're going to need somebody who can actually cast a goddamn spell in your also.
Hmm. Do you happen to know anyone like that? Just.
I have a few ideas.
Mhm. Mhm.
Little robot Johnson here is pretty good.
Mm,
He just knocks on
perhaps.
him twice. Some little
Yeah.
clunk.
It's like. Yeah, it's very good at bringing the wine. I'm probably gonna need a lot of that.
Quite, and you see the the robot refills your glass.
Yeah. Jubi snickers. Like, okay. Hmm. And, you know, it will probably involve fucking over rich people. Because I certainly didn't fucking expect Swift to be anywhere near here. But they apparently had money enough to be bouncing around that gala like an. Ugh.
I do
Well,
like fucking overreach.
hmm.
Are you sure I can't keep that box? I really want to keep that box.
I would ask Ace. It's not my box, and I don't exactly have a leg to stand on asking him for more favors.
Well, I did save his life, so
Yeah, you did. And he's an idiot who can't have an ounce of self-preservation. So I think he does owe you at least that. You can probably get the box.
fantastic. Thank you. So, what are you planning?
Sticking around here trying to follow leads for who I know the other two were. Because those three were never apart. That stupid little gang was always there. Swift wasn't exactly the face of them either. There was. Ugh. Funny enough, there was a wizard. I remember that.
Ugh, I hate dealing with wizards.
Yeah, there was. And then there was the big guy. Heh. What was their name? I can't. Fuck, I don't remember, but they were big and scaly. Some
Dragon
sort
Ball?
of dragonborn. Yeah, some sort. Like more muscles than sense. Hit like a fucking truck. Yeah. That one might be easier to track down next. Why the fuck would they be working with him? Hmm.
I mean, there's always money.
Yeah, there's money, but they didn't. I can't put together why they looked like that, though.
What did it look like? What?
The helmet thing.
Oh yeah.
That's a weird choice of outfit to bring to a party.
Didn't feel like an outfit. You know, I tried pulling that mask off and it did not come off.
It didn't.
No, not really.
Need
I was
to
trying to
roll
pull
some.
the. I was trying to do the reveal the villain trope. The end of the whole thing, but kind of got ruined by the mask not coming off.
That's weird because it used to come off. And he
Hmm.
kind of he's thinking about it. Like, no, I remember it's a bit vague, but when I fought them in paradise, I know for certain I was able to knock Swift out. Their mask came off. Why would that stay? They didn't like it wasn't like glued on or anything. There wasn't like a mask strap or something to keep it on, right?
Was there? This is me asking Noodle.
Um no, there was not. For what was seen, it looked like the mask was a part of them. That it had become a helmet and could not come off.
Yeah, Phineas gives this information.
Jubilee nods and looks unsettled by that, but still thinking. Oh, I don't like the implications of that. Okay.
You said you didn't know why they would be working together, correct?
I know why those three bastards were together, but not with Jay.
What exactly are those suits? Do they like armor?
It looked like armor. They didn't used to wear them, but they all had these stupid masks that they put on in by Paradise. They were all wearing something different. It Swifts looked like that, like what the helmet did tonight. But it was just over their face, like some kind of cheap festival mask.
Hmm. They were being held correctly, like in their prison.
Yeah,
Could always try and go
yeah,
and ask. I know it probably. I know you probably don't want to, so you want to send somebody else. Maybe Ace
yeah.
could do it.
I fully believe Ace is probably going to personally involve himself in the questioning.
If you need somebody to analyze the armor or like arcane wise, I'm sure the whatever god they have are able to do it, but my
Hmm.
services are here, I guess.
We'll see. I'll get back to you if I need any help with that. Ace probably will. I I don't quite think I'm not exactly helpful with the whole getting information out of people.
Right. You gonna be alright for the next couple of days?
Me? Nah, I'll be as alright as I can. My sisters aren't going to let me just sit around and be pathetic. Probably pull me into washing all their dishes again.
Maybe don't wash all the dishes. You sound like you need to go outside.
I can go outside. I have gone outside plenty of times. Don't tell me to go touch grass. I touch grass regularly.
I never said that.
He does. Like it sounded like you did.
I was thinking more of like a walk, or go to a pet store and pet all the cats, or ferrets for that matter, and you see Sprunkly pop out.
Hmm. Like I have pets. I can check in with my pets.
You see Sprunkly's gonna scurry across the couch and like do a little like circle around you and then lay down on top of you.
Aww. Uh, Scrunkly is immediately getting scritches. Um, and Jubilee pauses, just sitting because distracted by Ferret for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can get out and go around the city. I need to do that regardless. Looking into things. Need to get a hold on myself before I go home anyway.
Good. Misery is not a good look on you.
No, no, it's not. And it'd worry the brats too much.
I'm only asking because I'm not going to be around very long.
Mm,
I'll probably come back when you need me, but I need to go pay Sunset a portion of the rent.
figures. Alright, go on.
Honestly, that's the only reason I took this job. So,
Really? Nothing? No hint? No distant feeling that a story was brewing and your dear
no, it
friend would need
wasn't.
help?
It was pure coincidence.
Hmm. You're still not going to tell anyone I took a train to get here, right?
Who else would I tell? The person who owns that little coat you're wearing?
I don't fucking know. You could tell anyone. And I'd probably get in trouble. Chances are you throw a dart at the number of people who live in Villestown and be like, ah, yes, random person. Did you know this? And chances are, A, they will know me, and B, they'll probably be pissed that I invoked the plot.
Does everybody in Billstown know each other? Is it like a thing? God, y'all so
I
neighborly.
I don't know if everyone knows each other, but I mean, I do go out in public and make it my business to know people. I mean, that's kind of my job. I need to know people and things happening around town.
Or like make it your business to loot through their pockets.
That's a side hustle.
Uh
That's
huh.
that's a side hustle. No, I have a legitimate job. I do actually have a legitimate job that's not just,
Where do you work then?
at Moria's detective agency.
Goodness fucking gracious. Of course you would be a detective.
I'm not a fucking detective, actually. I would honestly be a really shite detective. No. I'm criminal contact. I keep an eye on things that happen on the seedier sides of town and out and about in Inkwell.
How have you not gotten your throat slit? Like for a third time?
I'm very good at what I do. I'm not exactly good at the whole investigation thing, but talking to people, well, I'm very good at talking to people.
You're definitely one for interesting conversation, that's for sure.
Thank you. I do make it a point to at least attempt it. But
Is that how you know Tom anyways? He also works at the detective agency?
uh no. I know him because I think he was going. Well, he wasn't going to kill me, but he certainly was pissed at me. It was a friend of a friend sort of thing that happened. He knew someone that I knew, and they were looking for me. And he was insulted on their behalf that I had failed to contact them in a while.
Phineas just takes a look, like a side glance at you, or like the roundabout way you went about saying any of all of that.
Uh-huh. Jubilee is taking a sip of his wine and not elaborating.
Sure.
So yes, that's how I know him. I don't think I would want to work with him. Just doing the detective thing or the private investigator thing. No. Ugh.
I think I'd make a pretty good detective. I mean, nice. Mm,
You
I
did
did.
decently tonight.
I mean, I would. Would you call that detective work? I call that more spy work, if anything.
Mm,
You know what?
fits the
I
right
wouldn't.
tropes.
I don't think I'd make a good detective. I think I could make a good man in the chair.
Mm. The one calling all the shots of the operation.
A little bit, yes. My plan worked, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It did work. Fair. We'll keep it in consideration.
Don't worry, I'm not looking for a job anytime soon.
Fair. And honestly, around here, if anyone says they're calling the shots about anything within earshot of Ace, he will have things to say about it.
Ugh.
Are you sticking around town much longer after this?
I think maybe a day.
Fair.
I think after this, I'm gonna go do some busking in Color Block.
Can't say I've ever been there, but good luck.
I'm still trying to cease most of Anquo.
Fair. I'd recommend a way to get around, but who knows if trains and any connection to me will invoke things happening to you.
Oh, don't worry, I've traveled by train plenty of times.
You lucky bastard.
They're so nice. Nothing ever happens on them.
It's the best way to travel.
You know, I had a really nice steak the other night. Wow, in the dining cart of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just I could slowly enjoy it over that multi-day
Mm-hmm.
ride.
Mm-hmm.
He's rubbing and being able to write out a trade on your face.
Yeah. Yeah, Jubi's he's seething. He
Mhm.
is. He is not bothering to hide any of his reactions. He is incredibly animated right now.
You know, maybe
It's
train
just
wouldn't work for you, but have you considered like RV? I know they have these things for cars.
I know what a car is.
I mean, I just learned recently, so
Mm, Not exactly a fan of them. It's not quite so easy to, get a free ride.
yes, that's fair. Um, and you can always just rent an RV. I think I've seen them all over Billstown. So
Do you think, Phineas, do you think I have money?
you're a you steal for a living, yes.
Phineas, I'm fucking broke. Like, a majority of the time, I have no fucking money.
Do I
I can't just rent shit.
do I need to give you a lesson in like in coin management?
No.
Are you saving any money?
No.
Where do you live?
In Villestown. I live with.
Rent free?
Yeah. Technically, I mean, I put some gold aside.
Do you have a
when they don't
401k?
A what?
How are you going to retire?
When I die?
Oh, Lord Almighty. You have no idea how to manage your money.
He just sips his wine, not looking at Phineas.
I'm going to teach you about taxes.
I don't want to learn about taxes. I never had to fucking learn about taxes, okay? Not learning about taxes.
No fucking wonder you don't know how to.
It's not like anyone around me who had to deal with money ever, like, talked about taxes, or, like, I either know people who are extremely rich, or myself who has no fucking money.
Does Angkor not have a middle class?
I mean, probably. Yeah, I think. I don't exactly, like,
How does this fucking country work at all? And
you're
Phineas is like
asking the wrong person.
Phineas is like standing up and like going around in a circle, like gracious, no fucking wonders.
I'm okay. Let's be honest. I might be a bit of an outlier. My lack of knowledge on taxes and stuff like that is probably not the most common thing.
Okay, Phineas. Phineas takes out his wand, which looks like a pencil, and begins writing down like how taxes work in midair.
He is Jubilee is like lifts a wing to block. He does not want to perceive. He's not looking at it.
I'm going to teach you about taxes. Well, this is the last thing I fucking do.
I don't need to learn anything about taxes.
You're going to start saving money.
No, I have enough and then I spend it.
How do you eat?
Well, there's food in the house, or I can come here and my sisters give me stuff because they think I'm pathetic. And, you know.
Your sisters are business owners.
Yep.
They understand taxes.
Yes, they do.
No wonder they think you're pathetic.
Well, they understood taxes before I showed up, so... I mean, and at the time I was kind of homeless, so that was also really pathetic and sad, so...
Oh, it's almighty.
Look, when you have to live hand to mouth, you don't exactly have time to focus on things like, oh, what about the fucking, what was it, a 401 something or another? The fucking numbers and letters, whatever they are. Weird.
No, you're right. You're right.
Stuff.
Look, I was forced to learn because, well, when you live in a circus, you have to actually maintain some of the money you make.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly enough, it's not just all parties and laughter.
I can imagine not.
And once that got over and I had barely any money, yes, I also lived the vagabond life for a little bit.
Explains why we get along at all.
Yes.
I'm still not learning about taxes. I'm not going to.
Fine. Can you at least save, for every 10 gold pieces that you make, save 1 gold piece? It would be as easy as that. You could afford your own house within a month.
Mm, I well,
Imagine your own space. You could decorate it as you like.
I mean, I did that once already. And I kind of like not having to pay. It's really fucking nice.
I'm not going to convince you.
No, no, I already did the apartment thing. It was fun while it lasted. Would be nice to have a wall of guitars again, though.
Phineas draws a guitar in midair.
Yeah. Look, I used to be better with the thing, and then shit happened, okay? You can.
All right.
It's not as if I know if the plot's gonna let me be able to save anything. So, we have that.
You really think you don't have any control over that?
He's just kind of a hand wavy motion.
I mean, living your life entirely by the whims of what you call the plot, you might as well just call it fate. No free will,
Well,
no choice.
it's okay. There is that. It's I can't predict things happening. It's not exactly as if okay. I don't always invite shit to just happen. But it does occasionally just randomly stumble upon stuff happening. And I know I have control of a great deal, more than I used to think I did. But I mean, there's weird shit that happens all around, and I can't exactly predict it. Like, oh yeah, by the way, you're just gonna randomly stumble into this thing, or suddenly get pulled into a fucking cat-made cafe, and oh yeah, by the way, here you go. You have to spend an entire afternoon employed here and go to the weird eldritch rooms in back that shouldn't be there, but expand.
Wait, what do you mean
Oh fuck.
cat-made cafe? What?
There's a cat-made cafe in Villestown. I went there for lunch once. Someone broke a thing, and because I was in the vicinity, I was partially blamed for it. So I was
You could have
pulled
just walked
into.
out.
I tried, and then I got dragged back into being employed. The manager was really strong.
I don't like the idea of it.
Yeah, that's fair. It's certainly a heated debate between real kind and tunes, I've noticed.
I don't think it's that, though. Not even that.
Mm.
Look, I don't want to live my life thinking that it's just a story that's predetermined, that I have no control over. I
Mm.
made the choices I made,
Mm-hmm.
and they led down this path.
Mm-hmm.
Not because somebody foretold it, but because I made those choices. I chose to come here and I chose to pick up a job that in a casino where I thought I could maybe make a couple of bit extra money by stealing from some rich pockets. And my friend just happened to also be here. This
Mhm.
isn't a plot. This is just how the world works sometimes. It's much smaller than we think it is.
Mm, you're right and wrong on that, but I suppose that's one way of seeing things. The existence of plot doesn't exactly completely erase free will.
You see, Phineas reaches down into into his shirt and begins holding on to like a small little necklace that he had.
Hmm.
He's just holding on to it.
Mhm. It is noted, and you see that Jubilee has noticed that. He doesn't say anything specific just yet, but I mean, you can make your choices, you can do that, but sometimes just random chaos happens, and you get pulled into things regardless of your choices or not. You can't control everything that happens in life. Believe me, if you could, my own life would certainly be very different. But
It's fun. There are talks of it amongst wizards. That's what they. At the end of the day, being a wizard is about control. If you want to know that,
mm,
we manipulate the weave. We take and we shift and we change things and we make stuff
mhm,
out of it. Magic
mhm.
is a form of will, in a sense, and we are exerting our will upon the world.
Interesting way to view it.
In that sense, there is powerful enough magic that can change a fate.
Well, there's no doubt that magic can do a great deal. I mean, it can control time for one thing, which is oof, that's something. I've heard of spells that can fuck does that. Well, I don't
I've
know if
been
there's a
tinkering.
fancier name for it. Wish.
I've been thinking with those. Haven't
Please
exactly
don't fuck
figured.
with time.
I
Do not
haven't
fuck
figured
with
it out.
time.
I haven't figured it out yet, and it's mostly the spells that are known to be safe. I don't want to just copy it down from somebody else. I want to actually figure out how they work myself.
Mhm.
But
Phineas, for the sake of my sanity, even if you do figure out shit and like I know there's weird time things and like he does pointedly like drop his glass. At that point, you see it shatter and then there's a golden glow as Jubilee snaps his fingers and it is as if the shattering instantly reverses itself, like someone hit rewind on the tape. Like, I am well aware of controlling time through magic. Don't fuck with the big shit. That would put a lot of work in the hands of someone I know. And it
Phineas
might get
takes out
me
his
involved.
Phineas takes out his sketchbook or his spell book and begins writing down some notes after seeing that.
Hmm. Like, oh, great. Fantastic. That's not a spell, by the way. That was not a spell.
I know it wasn't.
Hmm.
There was no somatic, there was no verbal, and there was no material components. So yeah, there's no spell there.
Hmm. So just for the sake of, just don't fuck with time
I
shit, timelines.
if I'm not fucking with timelines, if I pick up any dunamancy at all, is because I've decided to study it and make sure that it's safe. Goodness gracious. I
Hmm.
practice safe magic. I don't just make spells out of a whim. Most of
Look,
the
there's
spells.
time cops. Phineas, did you know that there's time cops?
What do you mean
There are
there's time
fucking.
cops?
There are time police, Phineas.
Okay, and do they
Time.
police every single dunamancy spell that's ever been cast? Because I've seen dunamancy spells be cast before.
Apparently. Apparently? Apparently. Like, I have been warned that if I keep fucking with shit, the time cops will come after me, Phineas.
Do you think I'm reversing time?
I don't know. I don't know what you're planning to do.
I am
But
just.
I don't control the time cops, Phineas. But they're cops, and you know how police are.
Yes, a cab. The point is, look, these spells have been known to exist for centuries. They are safe. I'm sure if they were time cops, as you say, then they would have stopped every single. They would have just gone back in time and fucking stopped the finding of any of these spells.
Yeah, but then they'd be out of a job, Phineas. They can't just immediately stop the existence of crime. If they could, shit would be bad.
Oh,
And also, they'd be out of a job, so they would be.
So they're just as corrupt as any other cop. That's what I'm hearing.
Correct. I'm assuming as much. I don't know much about the time police, except for they exist and would be after my ass. Anyway.
I am going to keep taking notes, and if I happen to make a spell that can, for example, just change fate a little bit. It's fine. It's happened before.
Phineas. Yeah, I've heard of that sort of thing happening, but that's in the realm of the gods, Phineas.
Do I? Okay, hold on. I need to. I'm taking out my I'm taking out. There's no whiteboard, but Phineas is starting to write down stuff on the board. There are spells like I know the basic theory. I don't know how they actually function, but there are spells that are just like. Second, as I'm looking through the list of spells.
He's like, the moment you brought altering fate into that, he was like, "Ah, fuck, no."
There's literally, and then he begins writing down like, there's a spell known as Fortune's Favor that just, imparts luck, if anything. All it does is change how the outcomes of things. You can, you miss a swing of an axe, and suddenly, no, you didn't. It's simple. It's a second level spell. It's pretty easy to learn.
Okay, so that's fine.
Okay, how about temporal shunt? How about that one? 5th level magic.
You say this like you expect me to know shit. Okay, go on.
It literally throws another creature that you cast into another point in time. It just changes it. It's quite simple, and honestly, the theory.
It's time travel? Is it fucking time travel?
It's not complete time travel. It's very, very small.
It's one-way time travel.
It's technically yes, although you're always traveling. By the theory of time, you're always traveling through time. We're traveling to time right now.
Yay, great, fantastic. We're not. But that's. Oh, fuck. That. Oh, that gives me a headache to think about.
Look, I'm not really interested in these kinds of spells anyway. The theory in of itself is interesting, but it's not my thing.
Thank you. I don't want to think about the consequences of that.
They're not dangerous. I mean,
I'm a warlock of a time goddess, Phineas. I kind of need to know this shit, and it's. Oh.
For somebody who's a warlock of the time goddess, you don't know much about how most of this actually works, do you?
Well, no. I mostly fuck around and find out, and that's how I got it to work.
How have you not murdered yourself? Do you have any idea how dangerous it is to actually just fuck around and find out with magic.
Well, I mean, it hasn't killed me yet.
The first time I casted this spell, and you see Phineas take out his pen and like draw an outline across his arms, and you see they become rubber hose arms. The first time I created this spell, my arms were noodles for a week. They were about 10 foot long. I was lucky that I didn't lose them.
Well, that sounds like a skill issue, and that's your problem.
I'm going. If they don't get to you first, I'm going to murder you myself.
Oh, please. Oh my god. I just thought of a stupid thing. Alright. Fuck. What? I need to roll a d2 to see if it fucking happens. Thanks, great.
Yeah.
Because Jubi's stupid, and this is the funniest fucking time for it to happen. Great. I'm not even bothering rolling damage. So as he does that, you're talking about that, and he's like, that's a skill issue. Really, all I have to do is like wave my hands and just say some random magic mumbo jumbo, and things just happen and it works out. As he says, it happens and it works out. There are suddenly two bolts of this sort of golden energy that manifest and shoot off in the random direction he flicked his hand and shatter two very expensive looking sculptures that were like on a shelf.
Phineas looks at the two sculptures, looks at you.
Huh. Like that. That's new. I didn't know I could do that. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I did that.
You are so annoying. Does Phineas recognize what that was?
Yes. I'm assuming even with a base. That was Eldritch Blast.
That was Eldritch Blast. You said you were a warlock, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's normal for a warlock.
Okay. So I can do that. Cool.
I'm going to cast Fireball Center on self.
I mean, you can do that. You can certainly do that. I will be jumping out a window if you do. To, not get fried. That would, for one, burnt feathers smell awful.
Hey, I have a question. Noodle is not. Noodle is from the Prime Material Plane, correct?
Noodle?
Sorry, not Noodle. Jubi is from the Prime Material Plane.
Yes, he is.
Cool. Roll a charisma saving throw.
Oh my god. Okay, that's a save. Well.
That does not make it. Buddy, you're banned. You appear
to the timeout plane.
Yeah, you appear in a timeless white void. With your glass of wine. I'm gonna go get some water, and then Phineas is gonna go grab some water.
Oh my god! Is it end of each round you make the save?
No, it's not a it's not a save made, baby. You're just there for 1 minute.
Oh boy!
And then you return back.
Well, he's in the timeout zone for a minute, and then comes back, and just kind of
just finishes in the kitchen.
Have
you calmed down?
What's been What's Phineas doing in the kitchen specifically?
He's got some water.
Hmm. Hmm. He's looking at that glass of water, just like, fuck you.
Quite.
Hey, Phineas.
Yeah.
That glass of water in your hand
Yeah.
is now just wet sand as the water falls onto the glass that has returned to sand. As Jubi is glaring at you petulantly.
Phineas casts mold earth and makes the sand into a cup, and then pours himself another glass of water.
I fucking hate magic. So fucking stupid. What the fuck did you do? What was that? Why did I get sent to the fucking void?
That's called banishment. High level magic, same as a construct over there.
Okay, cool. Why did you send me to the timeout zone? What the fuck was that?
It feels like you needed to cool down for a little bit.
I was fine. I had just learned a new fucking thing. I'm sorry that I'm annoying. It's just part of my charm. And like said, skill issue. Nothing I have ever tried with magic has gone wrong, as you
You
saw.
broke 2 statues.
Yep. But I did not break the me. Did you get hurt? No. Did anything of irreplaceable value get hurt? No. Besides, I can fix those.
No,
There.
Jubi,
Mm.
could you look at me in the eyes and tell me that nothing you
Mm.
have ever done has hurt somebody else you cared about or yourself?
There's a pause. Nothing I have ever done with magic.
And what I am asking of you is to just be careful.
Fine.
Magic
Buzzkill.
magic is not something you just want to fuck around with. And it's the same thing with time. At least the way that you look at time.
Mm.
Time itself is not something you want to fuck with. I do understand that. But these spells are something I know how to do. And the theory of how they work is something I've learned through years of study.
Okay, you make a good point.
Good.
Yeah.
Now you're going to have to explain to Ace as why 2 of his statues are broken and one of his glasses has been turned into a cup of
Okay.
earth.
Okay. I can fix the statues. The glass? Fuck the glass. He breaks them half the time when he throws tantrums. It's fine. He'll just forget about it. And Juby does, in fact, like, get up and. We're gonna see, because he's been. That is. Nope. Yeah, he's fine. He is not worried about shit. He is walking normally. He's not tipsy. He's normal. Is able to go over and once again with that same sort of reversing fixes both of the statues that were busted
The bottle of
before.
wine, by the way, I think it's like done by now.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And Phineas brings over a glass of water.
What, you're not gonna let me suffer through a hangover?
No,
Uh,
because I feel like your sisters would kill me.
mm, mm. No, but they might kill me. Fine. Fine! And he takes the water and sips at it. Everyone around me trying to make me be fucking responsible.
It's what us old folks just try to do to you as young'uns.
Can't have anything in this fucking house.
If you ever do feel like you want to learn more about magic and how to safely use it,
I'll ask, probably.
yeah, maybe you can pick up some of my own personal spells. I'm still the only one who knows how to actually use them.
We'll see. My capacity for magic is fairly limited. I don't know if study will help it at all.
Can't hurt to at least learn a little.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, I have questions because there's shit that I can do now that I didn't realize I could. That definitely does not feel like my patron's magic. So that's a thing. That's weird. So I'm probably gonna have questions in the future when I try and figure that shit out.
Perhaps when we're not like 4 glasses deep in wine.
Yeah. Yeah. Very least it's kind of cool. I can summon a funny spotlight that makes people pissed off at me.
What?
Yeah, and I need fuck it, he would. Hey Phineas, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure. Something, yes. 23,
Yeah,
not 20. Oh, that was
Yep.
just no. Hold on, no. That's not a D20.
Oh,
Sorry,
so close.
that's a 6.
No, but also roll me Arcana at the same time.
Sure.
Nine. It's a first level spell. I'll give it to you. Phineas, as this is said, from above you, you hear the click of a spotlight turning on as suddenly you are bathed in light that is the same color as Jubilee's glasses. And you feel a compulsion take over as a compelled duel is cast. But just as quickly as that spotlight clicks on, very shortly it dims again with another sound like the light being turned off. As Jubilee is sitting there looking quite proud of himself.
Can I actually do something while you do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
When that emotion flares,
Mhm.
Phineas instinctively takes out his wand and draws a sword midair and then grabs it.
Mhm.
And then the feeling goes away and Phineas looks down at the sword.
Well, I kind of expected that to happen. Like I said, spell of make you pissed off at me.
That was okay. A couple of things. First of all, that was compelled duel.
Mhm.
Careful who you cast that on. Because I could have
Mhm.
stabbed you with this thing that I didn't know I could make.
There's a solid beat before just a point of like, you fucking hypocrite. What was that about getting on me about fucking around and finding out with magic when you just did
You are
that?
the one who just cast a compelled duel on me.
Yeah, and I know what that spell does. I know what that does. You were the one that just summoned a fucking sword out of nowhere from your
see
little
the sword-
dry pen.
You see the door dissipates after a minute.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna roll Arcana real quickly.
Yeah.
That was a variant on the spell Shadow Blade, which is not in my repertoire. But it was different. It was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see, Phineas begins writing down in his book, and you see he's like, "That was that's a variant of the. I made an outline. I used outlines. I drew an outline out of it and turned it into reality. I have managed to make a toon object that lasts a small amount of time, enough to actually function, and I knew how to use it. I could have stabbed somebody with it. That is quite impressive, actually. Hold on, and now he's nerding out over here in his corner.
Jubi, having been previously excited about calling out Phineas's hypocrisy, is now like, "Oh, god damn it, nerds!" Like, ugh, attention no longer on me. Well, are you having fun with your nerd shit over there, Phineas?
Quite, actually. This is this is unprecedented. Like at the very least, I shouldn't have been able to do that. Most of what
You're
the spell.
welcome for your magical breakthrough, Phineas.
Sure, I would have found that out by myself. No,
But you found it out right now. Uh-huh.
some of the
What's that
biggest
about?
some of the biggest magical breakthroughs were made through complete and utter
Through,
accident.
through fucking around and finding out, Phineas.
I can cast banishment again.
You can try.
He actually can't. He's at his 4th level spell slots.
This is Jubilee is tempting fate. It's like, you can certainly fucking try.
Either way.
I'm still here, so I'm assuming either the spell failed or you can't fucking do it. So
I'm out of spell slots. I can do this though, and you see him he reaches into this is going to hurt, by the way, and I'm so sorry, but he reaches into his like coat pocket and pulls out a piece of pie tin.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to cast the spell pie flavored.
Oh my god.
Hold on. And I'm going to make a ranged spell attack.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah,
20.
I fully expected this bullshit with Jubi tempting fate.
D20 plus, hold on, it's 4 plus proficiency. It's a plus 7. It's a 15. Does a 15 hit, Jubi?
No, it does not.
Damn. Well, you see,
Go on.
Phineas pulls out the pie tin, and it it's a piece of a pie tin, like a little metal pie tin, and it completes around itself, and you see a fully baked pie appear in his hand, and he launches it, and it just lands right next to his face.
Yeah.
Key lime pie, by the way.
Yeah, fuck it. Jubi did not move at all. Being the smug little bastard that he is, does in fact go over and like drag a finger through the pie and taste it and like, yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, don't like key lime pie?
Nah, not my favorite. Good try though. Excellent try.
How do you feel about chocolate?
Oh my god, he's fucking trying again.
Yeah, he's gonna try again.
Yes, that'll hit.
You get splattered. It's 3d8 damage. 14.
Yeah, that one does nail him in the face, and because this is a very funny toon thing, he is knocked onto his back with a squawk and a poof of feathers when he lands. And just sits up and shakes his head like, ah.
Oh, don't like chocolate either?
I'm fine with chocolate, just not a fan of it all over my face. Ugh.
Uh,
What would this be? Let's see, that would be improvised attack. Sure. Yep. 10.
10 does
As
not
Phineas,
hit. He
yeah,
doesn't even have
that's
the. He doesn't even have his mage armor up, but
yeah,
it's still a 12 for
yeah,
AC.
that's fair. Juvi's got chocolate cream still streaked over his glasses. He misses when he tries to chuck part of the pie back at Phineas.
You're gonna need a better throwing at the dot if you're gonna be throwing pies around.
Well, I can't fucking see right now, so and he does like take his glasses off and blinks a few times. Um Actually, has Phineas seen Jubilee with his glasses off before?
No, he hasn't.
No. Yeah. So Phineas, you are used to seeing just one outline of an eye in those glasses. For one, there are two eyes behind those glasses. And they are oil instead of ink, as he is just blinking and trying to uh get used to having, pie all over his face. Like, fuck.
You see,
Oh. Go on.
Idiot sits back down, takes out his spellbook, and begins doodling a picture of Juby without his glasses on.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he does not fucking see it because his glasses are off. He has shit vision. And is focused instead on using prestidigitation to clean off all the gunk for a bit. And is just grumbling to himself in Grolix, which just sounds like very angry birds chirping. uh, until he eventually gets himself cleaned up and then goes and purposefully flops on top of Phineas as he goes back to the couch.
You know, there's plenty of couch.
Yep. He does not further elaborate. Congrats, you now have all 6'5" bird plus fucking 20-foot wingspan all up in your business. Congratulations.
Phineas, who is like 5'3".
Yep. The bird is choosing to be an asshole.
All right, I deserve this.
Mm-hmm.
He closes the book. Oh, you know what? This couch is pretty comfy.
Yeah.
And leans backwards.
Mm-hmm. I need to rule something for the bit. Great. um. Yeah. So Phineas, as you lean back and get comfortable on the couch, with your friend having been an asshole, you look down and realize the second he flopped and got horizontal, Jubilee has passed the fuck out. He is asleep. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Just the full tune snoozing with little Z's coming up off of his design, where he's out.
Of course. Phineas looks down and just says, "Yeah, misery does not look good on you." And Phineas will just lean back, arms crossed, and pass out as well.
Aww. And with that, I think we can call this a successful FPS. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
These two are such funny assholes. I love them. All right. And with that, dear listening audience, both present and future, we wish you a very good time zone.
Bye bye.
Bye.